Those of you who believe in aliens, why? The universe is a big place. Alien life, why not? Alien life that comes to Earth and wants anything from us? Probably not. Agreed. Aliens would include any form of life originating from anywhere but Earth. There is zero chance there isn't some form of life, be it a couple of bacteria, on one of the other billions and billions of planets. That doesn't mean you believe in little gray men driving their flying saucers down to Arkansas to abduct some dude from a trailer park. I don't believe per se, but I see no logical reasons why there can't be any. This even if it's probable that life exists out there. Without proof, it's extreme to say you believe in it. Personally, I believe in aliens in the most boring way. They're probably out there, but they probably have never come here. There are hundreds of billions of galaxies in the universe, each with hundreds of billions of stars and trillions of planets. Even if life only arose on Earth because it met a ridiculously specific set of requirements, the sheer amount of planets in the universe should guarantee that there would have been at least a few with near-identical starting conditions to ours. They probably have their own math which is even more mind-blowing than ours. Anything that can happen twice. It's statistically pretty unlikely that there isn't life out there somewhere. A good quote I once read saying aliens don't exist is like taking a tablespoon of seawater and saying whales and sharks don't exist because there are none in this spoon. The universe is dummy THICC. We're here, so it is very plausible that there is life somewhere else out there in this huge universe. If humanity is the only sentient life in the cosmos, it's a pretty big waste of space. Greater than if humanity is the only sentient life in the cosmos, it's a pretty big waste of space. Carl Sagan. I believe that the universe is so massively, unimaginably large that it would be the height of hubris to assume life, even intelligent life, has only ever developed in one place. I also believe that the universe is so massively, unimaginably full of empty space that the odds intelligent extraterrestrial life has ever visited Earth is infinitesimally small. The real mindfuck is if they looked just like us. Thing is, the universe is so big, somewhere, they probably do. Hopefully their civilization has been more successful than ours. One astrophysicist postulated that there are probably many civilizations that destroy themselves, burning fossil fuels across the universe. Let that fuck with your mind a little. I can't find a reference. I apologize. It's not mine. Imagine meeting a race of aliens and they all have the exact same technology as us, leaving both sides disappointed, because the universe is far too expansive for us to be completely alone. It'd be naive to believe Earth has the only intelligent life form in the entire universe. Given the news, it'd be naive to believe anything on Earth is included on the list of intelligent beings. Space is just too damn big for alien life not to exist. The problem is that because space is so big, we'll probably never actually meet or encounter these aliens. Maybe at some point in the distant future we'll receive some sort of radio signal from some far-off world that confirms the existence of alien life. Or maybe we'll build telescopes powerful enough to detect exoplanets with signs of life. The thing with that is that we'll be looking millions of years into the past. So if we did find some advanced alien civilization from millions of years ago, there's two possibilities. They've since gone extinct, or they've reached such an advanced point that they're colonizing other worlds or traveling around their local interplanetary, interstellar neighborhood. If an alien world was to see Earth right now, they might not see a planet with life on it at all. They could see Earth as it was still forming. In the grand scheme of things, we're an extremely young species. We discovered fire mere seconds ago and we discovered electricity nanoseconds ago. Who knows where we'll be in 100 years' time? Or how much better we'll become at discovering alien life. It's so crazy to think that we may have already discovered an alien planet, but it looks uninhabited because it is millions of years ago in time. because a friend and I saw an unidentifiable metallic-looking craft in the sky in broad daylight. It either flew away in the blink of an eye or turned invisible because it was there 1 second and gone the next. I don't even like to tell the story because skeptics always suggest obvious stuff like weather, balloons, etc., as if I'm a moron. It was not of this fucking world. Just like the Navy pilots who caught the ones on video said. Edit. More details for the skeptics to work with. It was vaguely football-shaped, metallic, and hung in the sky as if it were a photo. It was definitely close enough to identify had they been a normal aircraft or weather balloon. Yet it was so immediately unidentifiable by appearance and the way it behaved that my friend and I, both tending to be skeptical, were immediately freaked out, and that was before it disappeared. We completely lost our shit after it vanished. We were driving down the highway in his truck and it had been right over the highway some distance in front of us. The content I'm here for. There were no aliens, explained Mark Zuckerberg. Robotics. He is from the lizard people that live in the crust of the earth, duh. Extremely big universe, it already happened on one planet, why not possibly on another one? Think about how big the universe is. It's practically endless. It seems foolish and frankly quite self-centered to believe we're all alone. There may be a planet quite similar to ours for all we know. The thought of being alone in the universe is terrifying. Don't worry, buddy, I'm here. The thought of other intelligent life in the universe is terrifying. Because of the Fermi paradox. I find it very hard to believe that there isn't life in a few other places in the universe. I think that the majority of it is probably microbial life. And it probably ranges all the way to forms of life that we might not even consider looking for. Because we can't comprehend how different it is from us. 'Cause I wanna clap alien cheeks. Call me Captain Kirk Jr. 'Cause I'm spreading human diplomacy everywhere. One hot alien babe at a time. I don't exactly believe in aliens, but I do believe that there are living organisms on other planets and in other galaxies. So aliens. There's a big pop culture image of aliens having mysterious influence on Earth. I'm guessing that's what they mean. Organisms on other planets in other galaxies don't fit your definition of an alien. He probably means intelligent life. Most people will think of those cliché movie green aliens instead of just anything that is living. They do be alive though. I mean, some type of aliens exist somewhere. Might just be some bacteria on a planet we will never discover. Might be a species of alien geniuses on a rock we never discover. But that other rock is out there. There are bacteria that have been found on a comet, and one Saturn's, I believe, moon. There's a high chance. If I remember correctly, there's a probe on its way to check it out. Subscribe. Alien life surely exists. 100-ish billion galaxies in the universe, and each galaxy having 100-ish billion stars, and many of these having planets. Even if sentient life is shockingly rare, there's still going to be a huge number in the universe with this many stars, planets. It's just that I don't believe gray aliens have visited. We're too far out, and space is too big. But I want to be wrong. Let's go to space. Probe me if you have to. I'd be more interested in learning why people don't believe in extraterrestrials. The idea of such an unimaginably vast universe filled with hundreds of trillions of stars and planets being completely devoid of life aside from this planet frankly just sounds ridiculous to me. If we're all there is, that would be much weirder than if there are others. I know people who don't believe because of religion. Some of them also don't believe in the universe basically. They think NASA is all fake and a hoax. People are crazy. Pyramids, man. It's easier to build a pyramid than it is to build an octahedron. Because I believe it's an element of human arrogance that influences us to think they do not exist. There have been too many reports over too long of a time to deny that there have been endless, unexplainable facets in our world. Yet we refuse to accept them as truth because we cannot understand them, monsieur. An analogy to this would be how lab rats are yet to access communication abilities with us despite seeing their fellow rodents continuously abducted, probed, and returned. We have yet to make contact with aliens because they would be so advanced that we developmentally cannot communicate. It's difficult to perceive our species as inferior to others. So it's only human to cope by assuming we are the ones on the very top because we can't understand above us. Lab rats are probably telling each other, "Your ass just hurts because you're not eating right." Quote, caret, edit, typo damn it. Rat scientists determine abducted by hand to maze claims simply a side effect of eating psychedelic cheese. I never believed it until I went to the Flinders Ranges. Clearest sky I ever seen. I was just stargazing one night and it was pretty nice. Until I saw a fast-moving object that was going one way then made an immediate 90-degree turn at the same speed. That's only when I only pegged my curiosity, to which I made a theory. If there can be no possible of life out in the universe other than Earth, would that mean a species on this Earth that is secret to us are watching our development? We could be a secondary species like proven before with humans and Neanderthals. I was having a sleepover with my friend. I was outside on his trampoline watching the stars and talking to his neighbor who was also outside, when we saw these star look-alikes moving quickly and then a few minutes later, they're gone. We thought they were aliens' ships or something, because the universe is large. We're a speck in the grand scheme of things. So why would we be the only life forms? The universe is a big place. Life is diverse, and thus it's unlikely that we are the only life in the universe. If you can have extremophiles on Earth, you can have life adapt to many other conditions. Will it be like Star Trek with vaguely humanoid species? No. Could there be actual intelligences other than us? Yes. Have they visited us? Likely no. Point is, there's likely life out there, just not as we know it. Because the alternative is that there are humans living on other planets, which, to me, is far more terrifying than aliens. If alien means living creature outside of Earth, then yes, absolutely. It's extremely unlikely that there's not. I think it boils down to a person's understanding of just how big space is. It's hard to explain, but I'll try. Our galaxy alone is home to 1/4 trillion stars and even more planets, moons, exoplanets. 1/4 trillion. That's a bigger number than you can reference by a long shot in just our galaxy. There are 100 million known galaxies as of now, and those are just the ones that our space probes can see in the sphere of light that has reached our planet since the beginning of time. It's estimated that there could be anywhere between 200 billion and a trillion galaxies. That's up to a trillion groups of a 1/4 trillion stars based on the Milky Way. 1T times 250b is 2.5e plus 23 planets or 2.5 and 23 zeros. And that's assuming that each star has an average 1 planet, which we know is not the case. It's more like 4 or 5. If there's no life on 2 septillion 500 sextillion planets except this one, then I'll shit a brick, smack myself with it and then eat it. There could also easily be 4x that many planets. Even if you run the numbers, it still doesn't do the sheer amount justice. Habitable zone, commonality of water, oxygen, atmosphere, ECT are just the qualifications of life on Earth. It's possible and arguably probable that life can take other forms such as silicon-based rather than carbon. Intelligent RNA-based life instead of DNA are possible, something we can't even fathom yet. TLDR, we don't know enough to definitively say either way, but the numbers as of now with our current understanding suggest that life exists elsewhere, period. It's just a matter of where, when, how. I mean, the government recently released footage that basically confirmed it. Glowing lights flying around on a camera is not what I would say basically confirming it. I feel like aliens existing or our planet being the only life-giving planet in the universe are both equally terrifying. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.